Welcome everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Looptrotter SATurAMP 500 series preamp. So I first discovered Looptrotter a couple years back when I was in the market for a new 500 series chassis. I was scouring the internet looking for something a little bit more unique than just a regular 500 lunchbox, and that's when I stumbled upon their completely modular console. And these things are awesome. They have multiple 500 series slots per channel and then several others in the master section, so you can completely customize every signal chain on the desk. It's super awesome, but it's just a wee bit out of my price range, so I can't get it now, but maybe one day, I don't know. I ended up going with the Cranbourne Audio 500 R8 though, and I've been super happy with it, by the way. So once I got that chassis in, I had to fill it up. That's where the Looptrotter SATurAMP comes in. This is Looptrotter's 500 series preamp that comes packed with their signature saturation circuit. That's a lot of S's. As the name would imply, SATurAMP, right? Saturation. So let's go ahead and take a look at the front. See, even my dog loves watching my videos. Make sure you hit that subscribe and notification button. That way you can catch them as soon as they come out. So starting at the top, you have your standard 48 volt phantom power, polarity, and pad buttons. And actually, before I go any further, just looking at this thing, man, it looks really cool. With the yellow and black kind of under construction vibe, it's just very striking, not like anything else that I've seen on the market. And then it's got this really cool digital display for the gain, right, instead of a regular knob. Just very unique, and actually kind of reminds me a little bit of the ammo counter on the side of the pulse rifle in the Aliens movie, which is my favorite movie of all time, so I'm kind of a little bit biased. But it's also functional as well, because it makes recalling very easy. You just document the number that you were on last time, and you put it on that number, and then you're done with the recall. Super easy. But moving on, below that, you have your selectable high-pass filter at 60, 100, or 160 hertz. Very useful being able to change where that filter is. Below that is the on-off for the saturation circuit, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Then you have a mute, your output level knob, and then your instrument input right on the front plate. So the SATurAMP already sounds great right out of the box without all the bells and whistles, but you don't really buy a preamp called a SATurAMP to not use the saturation circuit, right? So of course, as soon as you turn that thing on, man, it creates so much energy. I really enjoyed the kind of extra beef that it added to the signal, and it also made the high end a little bit more pleasant as well. Also, if you turn up the gain and hit the preamp a little bit harder, then the saturation starts to do a soft clipping effect that sounds really good. And actually, if you look at the waveforms, you can see it rolling off the peaks. Now, in my short time with it, I've been able to record vocals with it, electric guitar, and bass, and it sounded great on all of them.
We wandered out in the unknown, the water's rising. Oh, tell the truth. Now we're dying to survive.
I also got to use it as a hardware insert just to add some saturation to some synthy sounds that I put into my Heaviosity trailer. If you want to hear more sounds, I did a full-length shootout with the SATurAMP last week on vocals and electric guitar. I'm going to leave a link at the end of the video. Make sure you go check that out. So since the advent of digital recording, audio engineers have been trying to figure out how to put that analog life back into their recordings. The analog life that came from all that outboard gear and recording into tape and just getting the natural saturation that comes from all that. Well, the SATurAMP does a great job of injecting that life back into everything it touches. Now, if you don't want color, if you're looking for a super pristine, super clean, poppy vocal or something, then yeah, you might use a different preamp. But for everything else that you want a lot of energy in, there's really no reason to not reach for the Looptrotter SATurAMP first. And at the really reasonable price of 600 bucks, this thing is an absolute beast. I highly recommend the Looptrotter SATurAMP. So like I said, last week I did a shootout with the SATurAMP with the Warm Audio Tone Beast and the DRS-1R Phoenix Audio preamp. So if you want to see that, hear all the samples, click on this link right here. I'll also leave it in the description down below. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Thanks for watching this long. We'll see you next time.